Today we're looking at the Handy Patch MC100 MIDI controller, and this is connected to the Telonics combo, the TCA 500, and this is fitted with a TC Electronic G Major 2 effects processor. I've got another unit here that we can look at, and you'll see it's a nice sturdy construction. It's a metal box with a black powder coated finish. And we have a switch here, and if we have a look here, we've got the sockets just here. Now just looking at the back, you can see we've got a 1/4 inch UNC adapter that enables it to be fitted to a stand or a bracket, as this one is. We've got a MIDI out socket. Now you might notice it has 7 pins, but it will take a 5-pin MIDI lead with no problem. We have a power in socket, so you can feed out to your FP100 volume pedal, or you can feed a power supply into this to power up the unit. We have a jack socket here, which we'll talk about a little bit later. We have our CC wheel and display, and finally 4 push buttons. Okay, so let's have a look at the unit that's all set up here. If we just have a little look at the connections of this system, what we have is the Handy Patch is sending MIDI information via this lead. I should say this lead is something that we have specially made, and it actually feeds the G Major 2 MIDI in socket and also picks up power from the rear of the combo chassis. So power comes up here into the Handy Patch, powers up the Handy Patch, and we also have another lead here that feeds out to the volume pedal. So this means that you don't have to run a separate 24 volt supply back to the combo just for the volume pedal. So looking at this system as a whole, we've got an audio lead here going to the FP100, and we've got a control lead here which is feeding power to both the Handy Patch and the FP100 volume pedal. So the communication from the Handy Patch is via this lead here, and it's basically MIDI, and it's feeding the G Major 2, which is programmed up with a set of presets for steel guitar, and the signal flow is in a parallel configuration, so the dry signal goes straight through the combo, and the output from the effects processor is then added to that. So with the G Major 2, you would normally use the preset select wheel just over here, and rotating that, you could give that a little push. But now we've got it connected to the Handy Patch, we can do it straight from the Handy Patch, and you can easily see you can move the presets up and down like this. And it does react fairly quickly. You've got a fairly rapid control there, and if we just hold one of these buttons, you'll see we have a scroll function. So if I press this, it scrolls up, and if I press that, it scrolls down. So the idea of this was that in a gigging or a live situation, you could access your presets pretty rapidly. There we go, and back down. Now this was all very well, but something that we realized is that it would be handy if we could very rapidly access a specific preset. So if I just press this button here, you'll notice that when I press that, it goes straight to preset 10. But the nice thing about the fast presets is if I press it again, it goes back to where it was. So if I set this to, say, preset 3, then I hit the fast preset button, it goes to 10, hit it again, and it goes back to 3. And we've got a second fast preset button here, fast preset 2, hit it, we go to 25, hit it, and we go back to the preset that we were on. Now, fast button 2, that's that one there, that could be set to select any preset, and at the moment it's just set up to select a new effects preset. Now if we consider fast button 1, and again it could be used to select any preset, but we're taking advantage of a feature of the G Major 2, the relay switch and outputs that can be linked up to the Telonics combo. And if we just look here, this is the T-Bro, so this is the dobro simulator effect. And if I just give that a little push there, you'll see that's also switching on the dobro effect on indicator LED. Let's just try that. So you can see it's rapidly changed to the dobro effect. We just give this another little push and we're back to where we were. So you're in a live situation, you quickly want to punch in a little bit of dobro, bang, bang, and you're back to where you were. And the nice thing about it is not only does it set up the dobro effect, it also sets up an appropriate reverb. And that's the key really, getting the right reverb so that the dobro effect sounds real. So there we have it. We got your two fast push buttons. And in addition to that, we can actually access a third fast preset. Now if I just take this and plug this into here, this is just a foot operated push switch, and if I operate that you'll see that we can call up preset 30. So if we just put that on the floor there, a quick press, and there we go. Now actually patch or preset 30 is set up to call up the orange blossom special doubling effect, but of course it could be set up to call up any preset that you wish to do so on a foot pedal. So there we go, that's the fast preset push buttons and foot switch. Now on the bottom here we have a little switch and this is used to control the display brightness. So if I just press that, you can see the display goes nice and bright, and this is something you might use if you're outside and the sun was shining down and you needed that extra brightness on the display to see it. You'll notice that it is a proper little sort of in-out type switch, so you can see whether you've got it in bright or dim mode. And in the dim mode it should be about right for a typical little club or a dark stage. That was the idea anyway. So all this was great when we were going through the development process, and we thought, yeah, we can access the presets nicely and we've got the fast presets. But we thought, wouldn't it be great if there was some way we could adjust the output level of the presets? So we started thinking about ways that we could do this. Now of course normally you would grab the dry wet fader to change your effect level, but we thought, wouldn't it be great if each preset could have its own effect level? And so we came up with this idea, the CC wheel, and this enables you to do just that. And it does it by using MIDI control change messages. So as you turn the wheel, it sends out a nice steady stream of control change data in real time, and the processor picks that up and uses that information to change the effect output level. Now you might wonder why the value goes from 0 up to 127, and that's quite simply due to the MIDI control change message being a 7-bit binary number. It's not that important. The important thing is that you understand that the number goes from 0 all the way up to 127, and that 127 gives you the maximum effect output. Now if I just move the preset down to 1 and I press the CC wheel, you'll see that the display is telling me that the effect is set to 116. Now if I rotate that, now if you can see a little dot appears to tell me that it's not set to the stored setting. Now if I actually come off that, so we go to preset 2 back to 1 press, you can see that's now recalled the stored setting, and I can move from that, and again the little dot appears. Now I'll just play something with the effect up to maximum, and if I just turn that down a bit, and if I just turn that down a bit further, now as I turn that wheel you'll see that little dot is showing, and that's telling me that it's not set to the stored value. But if I just press the CC wheel, then that will become the new value. So if I go to 2, recall that value, that's 127, go back down to 1, recall that value, and the new value has been stored and is 124. So all 99 presets that are stored on the G Major 2 can have an attached output level, and this value is stored within the handy patch. Now what this means is that if you connect your handy patch to a Telonics combo which has a G Major 2 fitted and the standard set of presets are programmed into that, your personal effect levels will be applied when you call up the various presets on your unit, which could be quite nice if you're going on stage and you're sharing a Telonics combo with another player and you want to use your own effects levels, you know, and all you've got to do is just make sure the dry wet fader is in the right position, and of course just check that your tone controls are set up as you would like them, and the handy patch should have your effects levels covered. So there we go, in a nutshell. That's the handy patch. We've got your up down keys, we've got your fast buttons, and we've got your controller wheel to allow you to set and store your effects levels. Now we're planning on producing a second video, and this will outline some of the advanced setup that can be done by accessing the setup menu, and as well as setting up things like presets, there's also some special functions in there to allow you to set up the way that control changes work. So that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching the video, and thank you for your support, and that's all for now.